does it serve to swallow my rage? That's one thing that I ask myself. Who does it serve to swallow my rage? Not me. Not the people that I care about. Not even the people who don't want to hear my rage. Me leaving you in this bubble of like, nothing matters, everything's fine when the world is on fire. Like, why would I leave you in a burning house to die alone? Like, if I'm in a house with somebody who is pretending that the house is not on fire and it's on fire, they're in danger, right? Somebody has to sound the alarm. Somebody has to get the people out of bed. Somebody got to wake the people up, or else you're going to burn in that house. What is the difference? What is the difference of somebody coming in and saying, hey, your house is on fire? And what do they say to them? This is not the right time. Get out of here with your anger and your rage. Too much energy. Calm down. Like that's the reality that people want to live in. It is an act of love to listen to someone's anger and help them to relieve it. It is an act of love to listen to someone's anger and then to help them relieve it, right? That is love, that is care, that is justice. So if a person comes to you and says, someone stole my wallet, we'll use that as an example. Is it my job to be like, stop being so angry? You know, God's going to give you what you want. Don't make a big fuss of it. No, you're putting the weight of everything on the victim here, right? What would be better is, I am so sorry that happened. Let me help you cancel your cards. I'll take you to the MVA or the DMV, depending on where you are, to get you a new license. Let's go back to the place and see if anybody's found it. Like, that's how you help, not by telling them to shut down and be quiet. It is an act of love to behold someone's fire and rage and care enough to try to do something about it, to try to at least hold them, to at least affirm to them that yes, things are upsetting, that yes, something is wrong, right? Not trying to convince them to not be angry. That's not love. That's you trying to make your life convenient for you. Like, that's not love. That's not care. Meanwhile, they're burning up, swallowing fire, burning themselves up from the inside out because they have no safe place to express their anger, no safe place to like metabolize their anger, to confine that fire in places that are beneficial because you're telling them that anger itself is wrong. A way to joy can be through anger, working through anger. You can get to joy. And you get to joy, right? You're joyful for the people who walked with you through this fire, who held your hand through the fire, who showed you how to manipulate this fire to use it for good, right? And a joyful experience at the end when reparation is found, when things are made right and just, right? And new. Like, we can get to joy, but first, sometimes we have to go through our rage and our anger. Sometimes we got to tear everything down off the shelves. We got to see what's here. And it's a mess at first, right? It's messy. It's inconvenient. We're stepping over things. It just feels cluttered. But when you see everything you have, when you see everything there, then you can make an educated opinion or an educated decision, based on what you see. But if you never see it, if you pretend that it's not there, it's just going to be taking up mental space in the back of your head. It's going to be eating away at your body, right? So the way to a more joyful and open and happy life is sometimes through rage and anger. And it sucks. Nobody wants to be angry. Being angry is not fun, right? Being angry alerts us to something being wrong. And in a way that we've been, or somebody else that we've seen has encountered injustice, right? So being angry is not fun, right? The process of even working through anger sometimes is not fun. Confronting people, dismantling systems, starting over, burning things down, making pivots, like that is difficult. But on the other side of that is beauty. On the other side of that is joy. On the other side of that is love. You know? So yes, so anger can be very frustrating to deal with, but it is our teacher. Just like you have a car with a lot of things on the dashboard trying to tell you what's wrong with your car, your anger is letting you know you've been wronged in some way. Something is not fair. Something is not right. You know what I mean? And we need that because we live in a country where we're constantly being gaslit. Our anger is reminding us of our humanity because this culture wants us to lose our humanity, wants us to lose touch with the fact that we know what is right and wrong. This country gaslights us into thinking that it's us. We're the problem. We don't know what we're talking about. Our anger reminds us, girl, you know what you're talking about. I don't care what you might not be able to name it or put your hand on it, but you know something is wrong. You know something is wrong. It's hard being an angry Black woman when your anger is swept away and discounted because it's assumed that this is your original default. So maybe Black women have a lot to be angry about. That was my response. Like, it's annoying to be a Black woman in this culture and have nobody believe anything you're saying because they think we're born angry. Let's pretend that that's true, right? Let's pretend that we're born angry. Does that mean that there are things to be angry about, that Black women are angry about? Like, what exactly are we saying? So let's say that Black women have been angry since childhood. That means there are things that are enraging in our life since childhood. Shout out to Marissa Price. She did a video about Black girl depression and how our depression symptoms show up very different than other people, right? And so some people might be saying that a Black woman is angry when really she is worn out. She is depleted. She is depressed. She has no capacity. She is at capacity. When you're at capacity, let's pretend this bottle is full, right? And I like to use this example. So you're at capacity, right? Anything that jostles you, you're going to spill over. It's going to be overwhelming. It's going to be too much, right? But if you have some space, I can shake this around in a top. And I can shake this around and nothing spills out. Because I have capacity. I have margin. A lot of Black women don't have margin. A lot of Black women are living on their margin. So yes, if you say something sideways to a Black woman, if you talk to her when she doesn't want to talk to anybody because she's stressed out, you might get an attitude. If a Black woman is depressed, but she is not given language for her depression, nor is she allowed to be depressed because who was going to take care of anybody, right? Because it's often left on the Black woman to do everything. Of course she's going to come off as angry. Of course she's going to explode. Like, Black women are human. I don't understand. You give Black women the weight of the world. You constantly tell Black women they're ugly, they're not enough, that they are, the worst of the worst. And you expect Black women to take it on the chin and be like, okay, fine, great. It doesn't work that way. Black women are humans with feelings. And you're not upset that a Black woman is angry. You're upset that a Black woman is holding you accountable for what you did, said, didn't do. That's the real problem. Again, that this whole system is so abusive. This whole system is abusive. Telling us that we're the problem. And we're the problem because we won't shut up and go along with it. Maybe Black women are prophets. Maybe Black women know a better way and y'all just need to listen to them. Maybe that's what's going on. Because what's happening now doesn't seem to be working. Doesn't seem to be working very well. Some of the stress comes from oppression. The world telling us to suppress our rage. I will not rage in ways that are comfortable to you. That's one affirmation I wrote down. I will not rage in ways that are comfortable to you. When I go to the place, when people are showing up protesting these government officials in these buildings, they're not asking for your permission. I don't know if you know what protesting is. They're not asking for your permission. They're not asking, hey, do you like us? Is it okay if can we squeeze in here with our signs and our, is this, no, like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, we're trying to wake you up. We're trying to wake you up. And so I will not rage in ways that is comfortable to you. I will not burn myself to death trying to make you comfortable. I will not swallow the rage that you have given me, that you have inspired to make you comfortable. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not doing that in way. I'm not here to make you comfortable or to give you peace. That's not, because if you're at peace with the subjugation of others or the domination of others or the destruction of others, that's not peace. That's you being a sadist. That's not peace. Nah, that's apathy. That's not peace. Like, we got to stop calling things what it's not. Peace for me is knowing that people are well, right? And I do have like internal peace, but I know that other people are not living peaceful lives and I can do something about it. And so I try to do something about it, right? My rage is not here to make you comfortable, but to inspire you to consider and change. And that starts with you being uncomfortable. So yes, my rage, my anger, a Black woman's anger will make you uncomfortable because that's the point. And if you're uncomfortable, how do you think that Black woman feels? Why are you centering yourself in anything? Right? Like, why are they centering themselves when we're the one that's angry? And they like to do this. They like to play victim to situations that they created. They could be anybody. Put they for whoever. Like, it could be white folks. It could be Black folks. It could be your cousin and them. Like, but we know those people who like to push buttons and make people upset, who violate people and disrespect people. And then they want to turn around and be like, stop being so angry. Calm down. Stop being so mean. And no, I won't calm down. You're not upset enough. Right? Because my life is not a joke. Like, my rage is not a joke. My rage is a sacred fire. My rage doesn't have to cause harm, but it will cause discomfort. That's the point. Like, it makes me uncomfortable, right? And it causes me to act. Sometimes I feel the passion in my throat. I have to speak. I have to say something. Like, It's uncomfortable for me because sometimes I don't want to speak. Sometimes I don't want to be involved, but I can't not. It would be selfish of me to not say something if I feel called to say something, right? Why is it always the responsibility of the harmed person to remain respectful? When we talk about respectability, why is it always about trying to appeal to people who are monstrous, to people who are evil? Why are we trying to appeal to any humanity in them? They obviously don't have any because they created this system. You feel me? Respectability is not going to get us nowhere because they don't respect us, period. It don't matter. They respect us as long as we make them comfortable. They respect us as long as we don't rock the boat, as long as we don't center our humanity and our experiences. Whenever we center ourselves and our experiences, they get uncomfortable. We know people like that. Whenever you center yourself, here they come with something to try to humble you or bring you down, and then they get upset with you for being upset. No more, no mas, no mas. They want us to be ashamed of our passion and rage and lull us into complacency and apathy and respectability. It's a lot of passive aggression that happens. Passive aggression is how they get along. It's like everybody's playing a game of pretend. Like, you're not going to outrightly say that you hate me, but you're going to create systems to remind me that you hate me. You're not, they do so much work. You're not going to tell me that you don't value me or my presence at your company or your office. You're just going to underpay me and overwork me, right? Or bully me out of that situation. They're not direct. And I think that a lot of white folks call black folks aggressive because black folks are generally direct. Black folks gonna tell you what they feel, what they gotta say. They're not gonna pussyfoot around the issue, right? They're gonna be blunt and direct with you, which is honorable and beautiful. But because they are so passive aggressive and they like to do underhanded stuff, they like for their evil to not be so in your face, they're gonna make you the problem. That's it. They're going to make you the problem because you dare speak out, because you dare be brave, because you dare have self-confidence. That's how this game is played. So you're not going to win this game. You're not. And I honestly, I'm torn because I understand the appealing, right? Because lives are being lost for women not being seen as human, Black women not being seen as human. But on the other side, I yearn for a day where we don't have to prove anything to these people because they're not going to get it anyway. They're not going to get it anyway. And we can show better than we can say, right? We can say all day long, but they're not taking our words seriously. You know what I mean? And I wish that we would stop. I wish we didn't live in a society where we felt like we had to placate and, play small and stroke egos and be respectable when people are dying. Why do I have to be respectable for telling you to stop killing people?